Welcome to Roughing the Passer, the show where I talk football, miscellaneous stuff, and mostly football. I'm your host, Sam Ruffing, and today I would just like to cordially roast the Chargers for losing to the Chiefs last night when they had every opportunity to win. It was beautiful, annoying, and just fantastic overall. And obviously, I'm sure many of you know how it went down. The Chargers lost in overtime to the Chiefs last night on a Travis Kelce touchdown. The Chargers shouldn't have lost that game. Let's be real. I mean, the one thing I'm going to point to, and the one thing I have no idea why anyone is defending, let's be real. Why are you defending this? Is the Chargers just utter ignorance going for it on fourth down, not one, not two, not three, not four, but 5 times, and only converting 2 of them? Why? Why do you keep going for it so many times? The Chargers are known for going for it this year. I mean, they've gone for it like 30 times. They have a success rate of about 50%, maybe 60. And I've never been a huge fan of any team going for it on fourth down when it's not absolutely necessary. Now, occasionally, I will understand if you're in between the punting range and the kicking and the field goal range, or it's like 4th and inches, then I'm like, okay, you can go for it, QB sneak, whatever. But the fact that the Chargers go for it so many times in not those situations just boggles my mind. Why? Why didn't you just kick at least 1 field goal? You deserve to lose this game. Let's be real. You know how many points the Chargers left on the board? I'll give you 5 seconds. Ding! That's the answer. 12. 12 points were left on the board. Because of the refusal to kick the ball on fourth down. And it's not like it was like 45-yard field goals or 50-yard field goals. No. It was red zone opportunities, goal line, field goals. I mean, for Pete's sake, the Chargers' first drive of the game, they're in the Chiefs' territory, and they have the ball at the 5-yard line. 4th and goal, 5-yard line. And they decide to go for it. You have to get 5 yards. You know how many yards per play Justin Herbert was roughly attempting? About 5 yards. So if you're lucky, you're going to get in. Maybe you get in, but otherwise, if you don't, well, you just gave the Chiefs the field, and guess what the Chiefs did? They went 95 yards the other direction and scored. Because the Chargers didn't kick the field goal. If you kick the field goal there, bam. Chargers win by 3 late. But fine. Say, fine. It's just one time. Second attempt. 4th and goal at 2. They get stopped. And that could have been, bam, Chargers win by 6. Later, 3rd and 4th and whatever. I can't remember if it was another goal line stand. Yeah. It was another goal line play. Boom, they failed at that again and missed another opportunity for a field goal. It's not like you have a bad kicker, by the way. They have Dustin Hopkins, who's a really good kicker. He's not great, and I understand you're the Chargers, but come on, kick the field goal, take the points, win the game. But no. They fail. So that leaves 9 points off the board. And then later in the game, it's 4th and goal. No, it's 4th down, actually. And they run it. And this time they actually get a conversion. But then, guess what? They fumble the ball on the goal line when they could have taken 3 points to go up 9. Now, granted, to be fair, they did get an interception. And, they got an interception and scored off that. So, okay, fine. That doesn't really count. I think, there were just. And there was another time, I can't remember, I think it was mid-territory, 30 yards. It still would have been a makeable field goal, even for a Chargers kicker. Indoors, in LA, there's a rainstorm, but that's way outside the building. And apparently it's not an enclosed stadium somehow. You spend $5 billion on a stadium and you can't enclose it all the way around. Sure, the LA weather's nice, but besides the smog, but still. Whatever, the Chargers had their chance. They blew it. The Chiefs came back late in the game. And won in overtime because the Chargers couldn't kick the field goal. Did they not watch any games earlier this year about this happening? Like, I don't know, Sunday night, 2 weeks ago. Denver has the ball, 4th and 2, after a 20-play drive, and instead of kicking the field goal on the road against Kansas City, no. They go for it and fail completely. That's your own division against the same opponent. You didn't see that, and we're like, yeah, no, let's do that. You weren't like that? What are the Chargers thinking? And anyone who's out there defending Brandon Staley, how? How can you defend him? You're like, oh, the analytics say that it's going to work 60% of the time, which is what about the math I've worked out. And, sure, it can help you. I'll admit it can help you. But then again, it can also hurt you. Like, okay, one time it's helped them was the Chiefs game earlier in the year. They went for it a bunch of times and won. Great, fantastic. You look like a genius. Then you play Baltimore and you crap the bed because you went for it on 4th down so many times. And then against Cleveland it worked for them because they went for it and it was just beautiful. But then against Kansas City tonight, it completely fails them, which is around about 50%. So 50% of the games are decided because they go for it on 4th down. Why? Why is anyone defending this? They're like, oh, it's a gutsy move by a gutsy play caller. I understand guts. I can understand going for it 4th down. Occasionally. But every time, especially when you just need one field goal against Patrick effing Mahomes to win the game, and you don't do it. You don't do it. This is why you lost. You deserved to lose that game. It was utterly ridiculous. Just one field goal, and you don't lose the game, and you have the lead in the division at this current moment. Did you not look at Buffalo against Tennessee? Had Buffalo kicked the field goal, they could have gone to overtime and scored. And then had the first seed at that time when they lost to Tennessee. But no, they went for it and failed because the Titans have a surprisingly good red zone defense, I guess. Why? Especially at halftime when the Chargers could have made it a touchdown game. And if you're going to be like, oh, it's an aggressive move, he's doing it so he doesn't lose. The defense is, you're not going to lose a coach who goes for it. The coach is not going to lose the locker room if he goes for it on 4th down. Sure, but let's take into account the fact that aggressiveness, sure, if you're going to be aggressive, if you're going to be aggressive like that, Mr. Staley, then why didn't you go for 2 when you're already up 7 against the Chiefs to make it a 2-score game? You would have won by 1 or 2. It doesn't matter. You would have won. Why didn't you do it then? Because you don't know what you're doing. I understand you come from the Vic Fangio coaching tree, and you want to distance yourself as far away from that as possible. Bravo to you. But don't distance yourself that far. Kick a field goal every once in a while, man. I know you're the Chargers, but you can still kick a field goal every once in a while. Oh, and you know how you don't lose the locker room? By winning. If you win the games, you're gonna never lose the locker room. Bill Belichick could have gone for it on 4th and 2 against Tampa Bay to try and set up an easier field goal. But no, he went for it. It just doinked off the upright, yes, and he lost the game. But he still had one of the best kickers in the league, and he trusted him. The Ravens could have kicked it instead of going for 2 against Pittsburgh with the best kicker of all time. But no, they didn't because and they lost. What a surprise. You deserve the loss, Chargers. Even though Mahomes had one of the worst passes I have ever seen, and his brother, I don't even need to get into his brother. This has been Roughing the Passer. I hope you have all enjoyed. If you disagree with me, let me know in the comments. And one more thing. What did analytics say? Analytics said that that Marshawn Lynch is not great on 3rd and goal. On the goal line for touchdowns. Well, guess what? The analytics said to pass it. And what happened? It was intercepted. Take that, analytical people. A good, smart coach who can recognize what to do in the correct situation will always win out over analytics. See ya.